Yo, what's up, broskies? Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And today for you guys, I have a Valorant Mobile video. This is not a gameplay video though, this is more of a sit down and talk video because I feel like we actually need to talk about the biggest question in the Valorant Mobile community right now. And that is, why is Valorant Mobile still not globally released? China already has the game. People are playing ranked, the game gets updates, the game is doing well, and from the outside it looks like Valorant Mobile is already in a really strong state. But for global players, we are still just waiting. No proper global release date, no clear roadmap, and barely any official communication. I wanted to make this video because I've been following Valorant Mobile for a long time now, basically since the early alpha days. I'm still one of the few people from the global side actively playing and uploading the game, so I feel like I have a pretty good view of where the game currently is. Of course, a lot of what I'm going to say is my opinion. Some parts are based on rumors and leaks, so take these parts with a grain of salt, but I do think there is a very realistic explanation for why global is taking this long. My main theory is that Riot and Lightspeed Studios are waiting until Valorant Mobile is much closer to the PC version before they fully release it globally. When Valorant Mobile launched in China on August 19th, 2025, I think a lot of people expected global news to come pretty soon after. I also thought maybe by the end of 2025 we would hear something, but now months later I feel like they are not just waiting for basic polish. It feels more like they want the mobile version to be in a very specific state before they show it to the whole world. And that specific state might be content parity, or at least something close to it. If Valorant Mobile launches globally and is missing too many agents and maps, people will instantly compare it to PC Valorant. People will ask why certain agents are missing, why certain maps are not there, why the mobile version feels behind, and why they should commit to the game if it feels like a smaller version of Valorant. For a game like Valorant, that matters a lot. The game is built around agents, maps, abilities, balance changes, ranked team comms, and competitive consistency. So if Riot wants Valorant Mobile to be taken seriously globally, especially as an esports game, I can understand why they would want the game to be much closer to PC first. This does not mean the mobile version has to be exactly the same as PC. Obviously, mobile needs the different controls, different UI, different settings, and some mobile specific features. But content-wise, I think Riot probably wants the game to feel connected to the main Valorant ecosystem. When PC gets new agents, mobile should not be years behind. When PC has balance changes, mobile should be able to follow. And honestly, I understand why Riot would be careful. We have seen a lot of big shooters try to enter the mobile market and then fail or struggle. Apex Legends Mobile, for example, had hype and then shut down. Battlefield Mobile was in development and a lot of people don't even know that this was a thing, and then didn't even make it proper to like a launch or something. Rainbow Six Mobile had its weird waiting phase for a long time and then it finally launched, but still there was a lot of hype already gone there. And then we also have Warzone Mobile, and I don't think I need to say a lot about Warzone Mobile. I think everybody knows what happened with that game. So I do understand if Riot doesn't want to rush Valorant Mobile globally. They probably do not want it to be another big mobile shooter that gets hyped for a few months and then slowly disappears. They probably want the game to launch in a state where it can last, where it feels polished, where ranked works, where esports can build, and where people actually have a reason to keep playing. But this is also why the situation is so frustrating, because the game itself does not look like the problem. Valorant Mobile looks good, the Chinese version is active, and the game clearly works on mobile. From a global player's perspective, it feels like the game is ready enough to release. So when global still has no date, it is just confusing for us. This is also where the China performance is really important, because Valorant Mobile did not flop in China, obviously, when it launched in China. From what we publicly know, it did extremely well. Like Tencent said, Valorant Mobile had the biggest mobile game launch of 2025 in China based on first month daily active users and revenue. The Valorant franchise in China also passed 50 million monthly active users after mobile launch, and Valorant Mobile later reportedly passed 10 million daily players in China. On top of that, what I have personally seen from the Chinese App Store side is that the game has been also staying extremely high in the game charts for months. And that is a big deal because China is one of the most competitive mobile game markets in the world. If a game launches high and then disappears, this is just one thing. But if a game stays near the top for months, that shows real demand, real activity, and an actual player base. And the game is still continuing to perform like this in China. So I think some people are confusing global silence with the game's failure right now, but that is not the same thing. The global side feels dry, yes, because most people cannot officially download and play the game right now yet, but China has the real released version. They have ranked, updates, events, players, content, and a real ecosystem around the game already. So no, I do not think Valorant Mobile is dead. If some people thought of that, I think the global audience is just stuck waiting right now, and I think most of you guys that are watching this video already figured that out by themselves, but I just wanted to point it out. But yeah, that is just basically the weird position we are in right now. In China, the game is alive. Globally, the community feels dry. The only people still really grinding from the global side are future pros, serious players, and a few signed players, and a few content creators. Those people are preparing basically just early. But most casual players and normal viewers are not going to stay locked in forever when they cannot officially play the game on a good ping, and that's just gonna be frustrating, and they're just gonna quit the game after they finally were able to get their hands on the game, because making an account and be able to like log in and learn the game is really not an easy step, and I might do another download guide pretty soon to just freshen it up a little bit. But yeah, that is just why the global content space feels really quiet right now. It does not mean the hype is just completely gone. It means the hype is just locked behind the global release. And I know there are a lot of people that, I mean, the amount of times I've seen on Twitter or like other, I guess, Valorant Mobile related posts, how people are just lashing out their frustration on Valorant Mobile posts where they just say, yeah, I don't care anymore. Like every single year, it's the same thing. Always there are leaks or information, and there's nothing happening. Like the game is dead. Like the hype is gone. And I mean, I can understand that if people are just frustrated, but really the hype is just locked behind the global release right now. But now, if the theory is that Riot wants Valorant Mobile to catch up to PC first, then we can actually do some rough math. Right now, Valorant Mobile has 25 agents based on the current Chinese versions list. PC Valorant has currently 29 agents, so mobile is missing 4 agents compared to PC. Those missing agents currently are Harbor, Waylay, Mix, and Veto. And by the way, Waylay is releasing soon. I'm gonna probably make a video on that. Maps-wise, Valorant Mobile currently has 10 main maps: Ascent, Bind, Icebox, Heaven, Split, Breeze, Fracture, Pearl, Lotus, and Sunset. PC Valorant currently has 12 main maps, so mobile is missing 2 maps right now, and that is Abyss and Corrode. That means that the gap is not that huge anymore. We are not talking about like 10 missing agents or like 8 missing agents. We are talking about only 4 agents and 2 maps. But to understand what that means, we also have to understand how Valorant PC updates work. Valorant does not just drop a new agent or a new map every few weeks. Normal patches happen much often, usually around every 2 weeks, but those are mostly balance changes, bug fixes, smaller system changes, or like new skins. And normal act is around 2 months long, but big content is different. New agents usually come around like every 4 to 6 months, sometimes faster and sometimes slower. New proper competitive maps though are even slower and usually happen only once per year. So if Valorant Mobile keeps getting big catch-up updates roughly every 2 months, and if we use the safe math of 1 agent and 1 map per major update, what has been happening so far the whole time, then the maps could be caught up pretty quickly. 2 missing maps would take around 4 months. The agents would take longer, obviously. 4 missing agents would take around 8 months if PC stopped adding new agents completely. But we also have to take into account that PC does not stop. PC will still get new agents, new maps over time. So mobile is chasing a moving target. The good thing is that the mobile version seems to be catching up faster than PC is moving forward. But because PC is still moving forward, the realistic catch-up point could be more like early 2027 or mid 2027, depending on how many new agents or maps PC gets during that time. And I know that sounds incredibly painful. Nobody wants to hear that. I also do not want to wait that long. But if we're only looking at the content parity theory, then early to mid 2027 actually makes some sense. If Riot wants the mobile version to be almost fully aligned with PC before a full global launch, that timeline would not shock me anymore. At the same time, I do not think they have to wait that long. Obviously, Riot could also decide that the game is close enough and release global before everything is fully caught up. And honestly, I think most global players would be fine with that. I do not think people would refuse to play Valorant Mobile just because like Harbor, Waylay, Mix, Video Abyss or Corrode are missing on day one. And I mean, we also get Waylay soon. Most people just want ranked servers, progression, skins, and the ability to finally play the game officially without going to the Chinese version and playing on 150 plus ping. So the real question is not just, is the game ready? The real question is, what Riot wants the global launch to be. Do they want to launch it as soon as it's playable and then catch up after release? And honestly, probably not, because they would have probably done this a while ago already. Or do they want the global launch to feel like a complete, polished, esports ready version of Valorant Mobile from day one? That is where the leaks from the end of 2025 become interesting again. Around November and December, there were a lot of rumors about Valorant Mobile. People talked about possible creator tournaments, private LAN events, and a mobile VCT style event. I think that was supposed to happen like in France, Paris or something, like a VCT event. And there was supposed to be a phase 1 global launch in regions like Brazil, EMEA, and SEA. None of this was obviously confirmed, like officially confirmed. So again, take it with a grain of salt. This is just something I had to mention. But personally, I think some of that information might have been true at the time. Obviously, that is just my opinion. It felt like there were plans. Maybe something got delayed internally. Maybe the esports structure was not ready. Maybe the regional launch plan changed. Maybe they decided the game needed more time. We don't know. But it would explain why the end of 2025 felt like something was building up and then suddenly everything became quiet again. And yeah, a lot of people weren't happy about it, by the way. I think there was January, February, March, when nothing happened. A lot of people were mad because a lot of people said there's going to be something happening. Even I said there was happening something, but I always said it's information from leakers. And I'm sorry about that if people were upset because I said something that leakers said and then nothing happened. But yeah, you guys get the point. That's why I always try to say, make sure if I say something that is just a leak, take it with a grain of salt. It most likely won't happen. Like, especially in the mobile space, leaks most of the time are not probably the real deal because we just are in a really, really insane, always changing mobile industry. And yeah, I mean, so many things fail, so many things get delayed. That's just how the mobile industry is. But yeah, it would explain why the end of 2025 felt like something was building up and then suddenly everything became quiet again. But yeah, right now, the current word of mouth is that we might be able to play the game sometime this summer and that there could be some kind of global tournament later this year. Again, this is not confirmed. I'm not saying global is 100% coming this summer. I'm just saying that this is what people are talking about right now. And honestly, this is why the global community is also tired. We are not tired because the game is bad. We are tired because everything is unclear. We have China updates, leak, rumors, App Store rankings, tournament being talked about, content drops, and signs that the game is doing well, but still no global release date. So everyone is just trying to guess what Riot is doing. But yeah, my personal conclusion is this. I do not think Valorant Mobile Global is cancelled. For some reason, people are thinking this. I actually just think the opposite. The game is way too strong in China, way too polished, and way too important for Riot and Tencent to just throw away. I think Riot and Lightspeed Studios are playing it safe. I think they are using China as a main testing ground. I mean, that's also what Anna Dolan said. They're just looking what China does and see how well it's doing, and then they're gonna act based on that. I think they just want the global launch to be much bigger than just here's the APK, go play. They probably want ranked, event, creator support, esports structure, monetization, serviceability, anti-cheat, and a proper content plan ready before they go worldwide. And obviously a lot of this stuff is already available in the Chinese version, but there is definitely some stuff that could be a little bit better. I mean, anti-cheat, yeah, anti-cheat is a problem. I mean, anti-cheat is a problem in almost every single mobile game. But yeah, you guys know what I mean. I think they just want to take proper steps whenever global launch comes. The problem with all of this is just the wait. Like, the wait is just taking too long, and that just has a cost. So like I said multiple times, because of this wait, the global community is just dry. We have a few pros, grinders, and creators still active, but most casual players are waiting and are not even playing the game anymore, or like weren't even able to touch the game, and the hype is not there, but it's just stuck. And when global finally launches, Riot needs to bring momentum immediately. Hopefully, again, they need to give people a reason to launch, grind, watch, create content, and stay with the game. And if they do that properly, I genuinely think Valorant Mobile could become one of the biggest competitive mobile games in the world. That is why I have my focus on the game fully as a content creator already. And obviously, it is because I have a lot of fun with the game. The foundation is already there. China proves that the game can work on mobile. The gameplay is strong, the Valorant name is huge, the competitive potential is obvious, but the real test is obviously the global release. So yeah, to answer the question of the video, why hasn't Valorant Mobile released globally yet? My opinion is that it's probably a mix of timing, polish, content parity, esports planning, and Riot being very careful after seeing other big mobile shooters fail. I think they want the game to launch globally in the best state possible. I just hope they do not wait too long, that they waste too much of the hype. And I mean, a lot of the hype is already wasted. But yeah, that's basically my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Riot is waiting until mobile catches up with PC? Do you guys think global was just delayed, how it is usually with the mobile game launches? Do you think we're getting the game maybe this summer? Or do you think we still have to wait till like 2027? I'm really curious what you guys think. But yeah, this was it with today's video, broskies. Hope you guys had a lot of fun with this YAP session. And yeah, catch you in the next one. See ya.